So on RSO, if you can see this, it's just regular paring knife compared to my fingernail. This is about a dose for me. This is my homemade stuff, so I would guess there are about 20 milligrams of THC in this RSO. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video and then I'm gonna show you how I take this. So what I've got is a pudding pack. I like to lick the top because I don't like any waste. And my RSO is really tacky. If your RSO is really, really sticky, you might want to use a toothpick to transfer the RSO from whatever you've got it on, being a spoon or a knife or a tabletop or a slick or whatever you have dosed it out of your container in. So sometimes it comes in a syringe. My container is this. So the reason it's on a knife is because I dip the knife in here and I scrape out the amount, and like I said, it's tacky, so I'm kind of able to form it into a little ball and amount the substance I need. And so then the reason why I like the little pudding pack is because, like, the pudding itself, it's this nice little glob. It's not really going anywhere, and so I can take my little nugget of RSO, and like I said, you might need a toothpick for this process, or you might need a flat surface like a tabletop. However this is easiest for you, the idea is that you want your little nugget to end up on top of your dollop of what's this, pudding. Okay, so for me, it's tacky. It's really easy for me to just boop right there. Oh, there went my pudding. So it might be really easy for you to just transfer that with a toothpick, or distribute it in whatever fashion you need to, just like right there on the pudding. But for me, it's easy to just pick it up and put it over. And then because the pudding will just keep it there, you can put a little bit more pudding if you want on top of it. I don't really need to because I'm past the taste, but if you put a little bit more, you get absolutely zero taste. I find you get zero taste if you just kind of like massage it in there with your tongue. But then you just go, just don't chew it. You can do it with jello, but I literally just gulped the whole thing down like it was some thick ice cream. You could probably even do that with the ice cream if you wanted to. Anything that you can really just make sure the RSO is kind of buried in, and then swallow it all as a whole. If you're one of those people, pee under the mat, not peeing under the mattress, but Princess and the Pea, put the pea under the mattress and you can still feel it. If you can still feel that little nugget going down your throat, just eat the rest of the pudding, unless your pudding's on the ground like mine is. If you can't do pudding because you're lactose intolerant, go with the jello. If you're vegan, go with vegan jello. Vegan ice cream, like I said, whatever soft gushiness you can find to just pop that little bit of RSO in the middle of it. Use a toothpick. You can get a little dab spoon at your local head shop. That's another good option. You may end up wasting just a tiny bit of the RSO, which is why one of those little dab spoons is nice, because then you don't necessarily have to clean it every single time. You can just put it in a little baggie, or have its own little slick that it just kind of rests on, and put the whole little container in a baggie. I just try and keep those things as clean as possible if I'm worried that I'm going to be wasting some of my product every time I'm going to wash it off. I just keep that thing as sanitary as possible, and like only bring it out when I'm going to dose myself. If that doesn't work for you because your sanitary conditions just have to be that rigid, do what you can. Maybe if you get really good with the syringe, maybe you could just syringe a little bit onto the top of your pudding. Whatever you have to do. But of all the ways I have tried taking that RSO, it really can taste bad. And if you put it in the middle of something that's really gelatinous in form, it's one of the best ways I've found to dose that stuff and not taste it whatsoever. So hopefully that's helpful. Anyways, have fun.